laid our love upon the table, cold and silver still. Prepare my instruments, my will, my surgical skill. The cause of death is listed as cumulative neglect, with complications from the lies we couldn't quite correct. The vital organs trust, respect. The simple act of care shows signs of long-term atrophy, of gradual despair. The heart in particular is enlarged and full of fluid, from years of pump and hope to parts your apathy denuded. This is love's autopsy report, the clinical cold facts, the evidence of damage from cumulative impacts. I know the bruising on the pride, the fractures in the soul, the chronic inflammation of a heart that's lost control. The specimen is cold now, no breath, no pulse, no sound, just the quiet, steady documentation of the wound. Love's autopsy report. I sign my name at the bottom line, 'cause of death, this time of death, when you stop being mine. The toxicology report reveals high levels of maybe, and traces of someday, and diluted weed, baby. There's evidence of I'll try harder in the blood, but it's too late. The system had already surrendered to his fate. The timeline of decline is clear. First the laughter started slowing, then the conversation shortened, then the interest stopped its growing. The final event was silent, a cessation of the fight, a love that simply gave up trying to survive the night. This is love's autopsy report, the clinical cold facts, the evidence of damage from cumulative impacts. I know the bruising on the pride, the fractures in the soul, the chronic inflammation of a heart that's lost control. The specimen is cold now, no breath, no pulse, no sound, just the quiet, steady documentation of the wound. Love's autopsy report. I sign my name at the bottom line, 'cause of death, first time of death, when you stop being mine. There is no resurrection here, no miracle, no cure. This body's beyond saving, of that I can be sure. But in the cutting and the catalog, when I find a strange release to name the death is in some way to start the work of peace. Love's autopsy, every scar a memory, case closed, case cold. Love's autopsy report. Were two rubies fading into gray. The last of you, the highway simply stole away. I gripped the wheel so tightly, headed who knows where. Just forward, 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 swallowing the air. My eyes stayed on the white lines of hypnosis on the road. But in the corner glowing was the diminishing of our load. A house, a life, a person getting smaller by the mile, compressed into an image that could only make me smile. Cry in the rearview mirror, tears the kind you shed in flight, watching everything you wanted disappear from sight. You can't wipe them fast enough, they blur the road ahead. A liquid crystal portrait of the love that's lying there. They're salted with the what ifs and the could I have turned back. Mirror tears for a future scene in a shrinking crimson crack. You watch your world get tiny in a rectangle of glass, knowing that this leaving is a pain that's meant to last. I passed the diner where we laughed, the turn off to the lake. Every landmark a decision I was forcing myself to make. To not break, to not swerve, to not plead with the past. To make the separation something permanent and vast. The radio plays static, a perfect aching sound for the hollow in my middle, for the heart you shot down. And every time I check my speed, I catch my own reflection, a ghost driver fleeing from her own dejection. And their rearview mirror tears, the kind you shed in flight, watching everything you wanted disappear from sight. You can't wipe them fast enough, they blur the road ahead. A liquid crystal portrait of the love that's lying dead. They're salted with the what ifs and the could I have turned back. Mirror tears for a future scene in a shrinking crimson crack. You watch your world get tiny in a rectangle of glass, knowing that this leaving is a pain that's meant to last. They say don't look back, but the mirror's built to see the exact moment that you cease to be we. Maybe when I finally run out of this familiar state, the mirror will just show the road in my own uncertain fate. Rearview mirror tears, driving through the years, washing clean the fears with rearview mirror tears. There's a room in my heart I don't visit anymore, where the future we designed sits gathering dust on the floor. The nursery we have planned, with the pale soft yellow walls. The books we'd read, the songs we'd sing, the echoes of our calls. I pass by that door, in my mind, my hand on the brass knob, and feel the weight of all the lives we cheated of their job. The children who will never learn our blended, crooked smiles. The anniversaries unmarked on calendars, long miles. I'm haunted by could've been, specters of a life where I was still your partner and you were still my wife. They whisper in the hall sit in your old chair, they have your laugh, your mannerisms, your particular way of care. They're kind, these ghosts of futures. They don't mean me any harm, they just exist in parallel. A persistent quiet charm, haunted by could have beens. A friendly gentle host of the people we'd have been, of the ones we miss the most. Sometimes I let them in, these phantoms of our past future. I pour them phantom tea and ask if they have found a suture for the rift. They look at me with your eyes, soft and sad, and tell me that the life we planned wasn't all that bad. They don't accuse, they don't blame, they don't ask me why. They just exist, a quiet comfort, a lullaby of what we thought we built together, stone by stone by stone. Now I haunt the construction site, grieving and alone. I'm haunted by could-have-beens, specters of a life where I was still your partner and you were still my wife. They whisper in the hallway, they sit in your old chair, they have your laugh, your mannerisms, your particular way of care. They're kind, these ghosts of futures. They don't mean me any harm, they just exist in parallel. A persistent quiet charm, haunted by could-have-beens. A friendly gentle host of the people we'd have been, of the ones we miss the most. Some say to exercise the ghost, to sage and cleanse and pray, but I've grown fond of their company. They're quiet, steady stay. They're the only version of our love that hasn't let me go. So I'll keep them, these could-have-beens, I'll let them stay and grow. Haunted, not by what you did, but by what we almost hid from fate. Haunted by could-have-beens, my beautiful impossible stay. I've gotten very good at not leaving tracks, at folding myself smaller, filling in the cracks of conversations, parties, the corners of rooms. A study in subtraction and diminishing blooms. I learned it from you, actually, the way you look right through a person who was speaking like they had no right to. You taught me that to be seen is to be a target still. So I perfected camouflage, I mastered the soft kill. This is the art of disappearing, the craft of taking up less space, of erasing my own footprint, of leaving not a trace. I can make a room forget that I was ever there. I can silence my own breathing, I can flatten out the air. It's a survival mechanism, a shield against the pain of reaching out and having you pull back the light again. The art of disappearing, I've earned my black belt degree. The only problem is I've disappeared from me. I used to take up space, you know, my laughter filled the hall. My opinions were convictions, I stood proudly standing tall. But you preferred the quiet type, the ones who don't insist. So I practiced being background, learned to coexist with silence. Now I'm fluent in the language of retreat, in the choreography of making myself obsolete. At work, at home with new love, I catch myself at it, fading into furniture, deliberate slow habit. This is the art of disappearing, the craft of taking up less space. ways of erasing my own footprint, of leaving not a trace. I can make a room forget that I was ever there. I can silence my own breathing, I can flatten out the air. It's a survival mechanism, a shield against the pain of reaching out and having you pull back the light again. The art of disappearing. I've earned my black belt degree. The only problem is I've disappeared from me. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's a lie. What doesn't kill you teaches you the 1,000 ways to die. A little each day to shrink, to fold, to fade into the wall, until you're not even a whisper, not a memory at all. The art of disappearing, mastered it too well. Now I'm trying to learn the art of coming back. I used to catch my eye in windows as I'd pass, knowing little glimmer in the polished glass. I like the person looking back, her fire and her light, the way she held her shoulders, ready for the fight. But you took her as your project, your eye can make her more, and sanded down her edges till she was a smooth blank door. You praised the muted colors, the quieter voice she used, until the woman I'd been was utterly confused. And now I miss my own reflection, the girl I left behind, the one you slowly, surely, methodically undesigned. I search my face in mirrors now, a stranger in the glaze, trying to find a flicker of her unapologetic blaze. I miss the way she laughed too loud, the dreams she dared to speak, the confidence that wasn't fragile, that wasn't meek. You didn't just take your love, you took the me I knew and left this softer, sadder echo I don't recognize as true. I put on her old playlist, the clothes she used to wear, but they hang like costumes on her body, steeped in care. For your opinions, your approval, the love you maybe grant. If I could just be smaller, if I could just be scared. She's in there somewhere, fossilized beneath the polite, a silhouette of fury, a forgotten appetite. I try to summon her defiance, her unadulterated grace, but I just see your criticism written on this face. And now I miss my own reflection, the girl I left behind, the one you slowly, surely, methodically undesigned. I search my face in mirrors now, a stranger in the glaze, trying to find a flicker of her unapologetic place. I miss the way she laughed too loud, the dreams she dared to speak, the confidence is plain to see. It's looking in the mirror and not knowing who is me. The reconstruction project starts with one small painful fact. I have to fall in love again with the person I packed. I miss her, I miss me, the one I used to be before you blinded her. So she couldn't see. I miss my own reflection. I found a photograph by accident tucked in a book. A woman with your future written all across her look. The date was months before we met, the inscription on the back: forever my love, a promise you clearly didn't lack. I traced her face, her easy smile, her uncomplicated grace, and realized my position in the timeline of your race. To happiness I wasn't the destination, not the port. I was just the harbor where you briefly chose to court. I was an interim, a placeholder for her, the one you were recovering from, the one you still prefer. I was the soft landing, the cushion for your fall, the rehearsal for the love you give her after all. I was the bridge you walked across to get to where she stood, the almost and the not enough in the catalog of should. I was an interim, the chapter in between the preface and the dedication to your forever queen. It explains so much in retrospect, the way you held back parts, the careful distance in your eyes, the guardedness of hearts. You were still healing from her, still stitching up the tear, and I was just a warm-up act, the placeholder, the spare. You never meant to stay with me, not deep down in your core. You were just waiting for the courage to go back to her once more. And when she called, you answered, and when she asked you when, and I was left to wonder where my own time was spent. I was an interim, a placeholder for her, the one you were recovering from, the one you still prefer. I was a soft landing, the cushion for your fall, the rehearsal for the love you give her after all. I was the bridge you walked across to get to where she stood, the almost and the not enough in the catalog of should. I was an interim, a chapter in between the preface and the dedication to your forever queen. It's not that you didn't care for me, I think you did in your way, but I was never the main event, just a Tuesday in the week of your life. And she was was always Saturday. I was never the love you chose. I was just the love that stayed until the love you wanted called, and I was in the way. I was an interim, a comma, not a period, a placeholder. Until her. You handed me your stories, and I tried them on for sight. The one about forever, the one about no more goodbyes. I'll change, you said, and I believed the fabric of that thread. Wove it through my fingers, pulled it over my own head. I love you, that one fit me like a custom tailored dress. The seams aligned so perfectly, I couldn't second guess. Just where you said be patient, and I stitched that to the hem, not knowing I was dressing the lies you crafted there. Why wore your lies? We'll walk tall in your deceit, the most elegant deception on my own 2 feet. I accessorize with hope, belted tight with loyalty, a walking, talking showcase of your perfidy. They asked me where I got my style, and I said from his heart, not knowing I was modeling the premier line of art, a fiction. I wore your lies like a toy, like high fashion, and now I'm naked in the truth, shaking with the passion of my own foolish beauty, my own tailored blind belief. I wore your lies so well, they were the perfect thief. The irony space was cashmere, soft and debonair. The it's not you, it's me was silk with an elegant tear. Maybe someday we'll chiffon light and full of breeze. I still care about you as velvet falling to my knees. Each light had its own drape and flow, its own particular hand. You were a master clothier, the best in all the land, and I, the eager client, bought each seasonal collection without a single question about your true intention. Why wore your lies? Why walk tall in your deceit? The most elegant deception on my own 2 feet. I accessorize with hope, belted tight with loyalty, a walking, talking showcase of your perfidy. They asked me where I got my style, and I said from his heart, not knowing how I was modeling the premier line of art, a fiction. I wore your lies like a toy, like high fashion, and now I'm naked in the truth, shaking with the passion of my own foolish beauty, my own tailored blind belief. I wore your lies so well, they were the perfect thief. Now I'm learning to dress myself in honesty and fact. It doesn't drape as prettily, the fabric is less slack, but what it lacks in elegance it makes up for in breadth. I'm finally in truth, I won't be dressing up in death. I wore your myself describing you the way archaeologists speak of civilizations crumble, of languages gone weak. We used to go to Brighton and he always drank his tea with honey, not with sugar, past tense fluidly. The present perfect slipped in sometimes, a treacherous quick verb. I have loved him like a wound that won't yet fully curb. But mostly it's the distant past, the finished closed off case, the museum of your fingerprints, the archive of your face. And I'm learning love in past tense, conjugating grief. We were, we had, we wanted, the verbs of disbelief. I was, you were, it ended, the grammar of the broke, the sentence structure of a heart that's had its final stroke. No future in this language, no conditional might be, just a flat declarative statement of the death of you and me. Love in past tense, spoken with a studious calm breath, the most articulate way I found to say I'm loving you to death. My friends say you are healing when I use the past tense right, when I don't slip and say we are instead of we said goodnight. They don't know it's a performance, a careful chosen mask to make them think I've mastered this impossible new task. At home I talk to your old chair in present urgent need. I miss you and I need you like a desperate growing. The tense betrays the heart, and my heart lives in still in the unfinished present continuous against my will. Past tense, conjugating grief. We were, we had, we wanted, the verbs of disbelief. I was, you were, it ended, the grammar of the broke, the sentence structure of a heart that's had its final stroke. No future in this language, no conditional might be, just a flat declarative statement of the death of you and me. Love in past tense, spoken with a studious calm breath, the most articulate way I found to say I'm loving you today. Maybe one day the past will feel like home and not like theft, and I won't have to concentrate on every word I've left. But tonight in the quiet, my tongue still wants to say we are, as if forever hasn't packed its things away. A permanent difference, the evidence, and the evidence, love distance. I have a drawer of maps you drew on napkins, receipts old mail, directions to the future we were building without fail. Turn left at the oak tree, then right at the diner, then straight to the house with the blue door, where our love could just stay. I kept them all, these cartographies of hope and trust, these paper promises that time has rendered into dust. I trace the lines with fingertips, the X that marks the spot of a home that was imagined but materialized not. These are maps to nowhere, legends of a land that only existed in the compass of your hand. Here be dragons written in the margins of our youth. Here be the skeletons of unfulfilled truth. I follow the routes you charted, dead ends, and all a tourist in the ruins of our original fall. Maps to nowhere, folded in a drawer, blueprints of a forever that exists no more. This one's from our first year when everything was bright. You sketched our summer road trip under the firefly light. This creased one is the city map, the neighborhood we choose, with stars beside the schoolhouse and the park where we lose track of time. This final one is just a scribbled frantic line. Anywhere with you is home, your last best failed design. I don't know why I keep them, these relics of our planned invasion, except that they're the only proof of our shared destination. These are maps to nowhere, legends of a land that only existed in the compass of your hand. Here be dragons written in the margins of our youth. Here be the skeletons of unfulfilled truth. I follow the routes you charted, dead ends, and all a tourist in the ruins of our original fall. Maps to nowhere, folded in a drawer, blueprints of a forever that exists no more. One day I'll take them to the fire, watch the edges curl in black, release the futures, let them go, stop trying to track a phantom destination. But today I trace the lines and mourn the geography of what we couldn't define. Maps to nowhere, every road leads to your name, every route ends the same. Nowhere, maps to nowhere. Maps to nowhere. It came on in the grocery store, between the soup and bread, a simple piano intro that filled my soul with dread. The opening lyrics weeks hit me like a physical sick blow. A time machine to Tuesday nights from a lifetime ago. I froze there by the canned goods, my cotton ankle weight, as the melody we claimed as ours sealed my uncertain fate. The world kept moving sharpers past a mundane busy stream, while I was drowning in the haunt of a forgotten dream. 'Cause our song is a ghost now, a phantom on the air, a haunting in the produce aisle, a spirit of despair. It wanders through the radio waves, looking for a home, but the hearts that once belonged to are now ashes cold as stone. We poured our always into it, we made it our own hymn. Now it's just a sad reminder of the light that growing dim. Our song is a ghost now, and when its notes appear, it plays a soundtrack to the loss of everything held dear. I used to turn it up and sing, your hand held tight in mine. We'd shout the final chorus, feeling fearless and divine. Now I scramble for the dial, a frantic, sweaty surge to kill the sound before it leaves me, staggering in the church. A memory, it's cruel how a chord, a beat, a rhyme can resurrect a feeling that's been buried for a time. The song didn't die with us, it lives on bright and clear, a marking happy artifact of when you were still here. 'Cause our song is a ghost now, a phantom on the air, a haunting in the produce aisle, a spirit of this despair. It wanders through the radio waves, looking for a home, but the hearts that once belonged to are now ashes cold as stone. We poured our always into it, we made it our own hymn. Now it's just a sad reminder of the light that growing dim. Our song is a ghost now, and when its notes appear, it plays the soundtrack to the loss of everything held dear. I know the rational advice, make new memories, claim it back, but some ghosts are too stubborn, too strong on their attack. So I'll just let it haunt me, this specter of our past, knowing even beautiful songs aren't built to last. Our song is a ghost, a bittersweet host, playing the tune I miss the most. Our song is a ghost now. Our song is a ghost now. I bought a speckled kid from the hardware store downtown, a putty knife, a sanding block, a focus I found. The walls here are littered with the scars of where you've been, the nail holes from your pictures, the dance from should have been. I stirred a little powder, mixed it with water to slow, a pasty kind of prayer for a past I need to outgrow. Each hole a tiny vacancy, a memory in the plastic. faster, a monument to a love that flew faster and faster. And I'm patching holes you made, filling voids with my own hands, trying to smooth the evidence across these trembling lands. It's not about perfection, it's not about the scene. It's about reclaiming territory from a faded dream. With every swipe of filler, I'm taking back the space, erasing the reminders of your once loved face. I'm patching holes you made, a silent dusty chore, building a blank canvas where your ghost can knock no more. This one from the shelf that held your favorite tattered book, this cluster from the gallery that gave our home its look, a deep one from the door frame where you'd lean and watch me smile, a shallow, sneaky little one that took a longer while. The dust it makes is holy, it's the powder of the past. I'm breathing in the history, knowing it won't last. I'll sand it smooth and paint it a color you won't know, a shade called moving onward with an undertone of slow. And I'm patching holes you made, filling voids with my own hands, trying to smooth the evidence across these trembling lands. It's not about perfection, it's not about the scene. It's about reclaiming territory from a faded dream. With every swipe of filler, I'm taking back the space, erasing the reminders of your once loved face. I'm patching holes you made, a silent dusty chore, building a blank canvas where your ghost can knock no more. One day I'll run my palm across this wall and feel no dips, just a solid even surface under my fingertips. And the only marks remaining will be the ones I choose to make when my own new memories decide to finally wake. Patching holes, filling in, letting a new day begin on a wall that's growing thin of you. Patching holes you made. Started in the living room, behind the sofa arm, a sliver of my confidence, unharmed by any charm. Then under the refrigerator, a shard of my own voice, the one that used to argue for my own deliberate choice. I found a chunk of dignity beneath the bathroom sink, and a fragment of my humor, I think. I'm sweeping corners, lifting rugs, checking every drawer for the woman I was before you, the one I'm looking for. I'm collecting my pieces, putting them on the table, trying to reconstruct a self that's whole and stable, a puzzle of my own design. I'm missing parts from you, just a scattered patient evidence of who I was and who I'm trying to remember, trying to become again. A mosaic of a woman healing from the strain, collecting my pieces, edges from the time I told you not to come around here anymore. That shine there is my pride that I found buried underneath the cold closet deep inside. The biggest piece is missing still, the central vital one, the one that trusted easily, that ran towards the sun. I don't know where you hid it or if I gave it away, but I'm learning how to function with its absence every day. I'm collecting my pieces, putting them on the table, trying to reconstruct a self that's whole and stable. A puzzle of my own design, no missing parts from you, just a scattered patient evidence of who I was and who I'm trying to remember, trying to become again. A mosaic of a woman healing from the strain, collecting my pieces one by one, building a new kingdom now that your reign is done. Some pieces don't fit anymore, their edges have been worn by the weather of your treatment, by the emotional storm. So I'll reshape them, sand them down, give them a different hue, a new design, a new woman built from the old. It's true, collecting my pieces slowly, slowly, making myself whole. Ooh, collecting my pieces. You didn't hold me down and force the bitter down my throat. You simply offered me a cup and praised the way it flowed. On my lips you called it love and passion and devotion's art, and I, the eager student, memorized the poison's chart. I sipped it in the morning when you criticized my dress. I swallowed in the evening when you measure and assess my worth against your standards, a little more each day, until the toxin was my oxygen, my only breath, my way. I drank the poison slowly, one small concession at a time. You never had to force me. I drank it like it was wine. You're too much, so I drink less of me. You're not enough, so more. I built my whole existence on your chemical report. Now my veins are rivers running with the things you said were true, and I'm dying of the dosage I mistook for love from you. I drank the poison slowly, and the antidote is late. I'm learning to expel the you I let incorporate. I thought it was an acquired taste, this bitterness and burn, a sign of my sophistication, something I should earn. I'd flinch and smile and swallow hard and ask for seconds, please, while you refill my goblet with your casual expertise. It wasn't one dramatic fall, it was 1,000 tiny sips, a sacrifice of self-esteem from my impatient lips. I'm fine, I'd say it's fine. I lie the cup already dry, another dose so I drink less of me and not enough some more. I built my whole existence on your chemical rapport. Now my veins are rivers running with the things you said were true. And I'm dying of the dosage I mistook for love from you. I drank the poison slowly and the antidote is late. I'm learning to expel the you I let incorporate. Detox is a violent thing, the shaking and the sweat, the craving for the very poison that's made me forget who I was before I tasted your particular sweet blend, before I needed you to tell me when my life could start end. I drank the poison slowly, now I'm learning to be clean, to flush you from my bloodstream, to reclaim the woman who never knew your taste. I drank the poison slowly, but I'm done with the waste. The house still holds your frequency. I'm just out of range. A vibration in the drywall, a fundamental change in the pressure and the temperature of rooms you used to fill. The barometric memory of you is with me still. I walk through halls and feel the weight, the density of air, a thickening of oxygen, a gravitational flare that pulls me towards the spaces where your body used to be. A physics of abandonment, a weighty silent plea. It's a naked in the atmosphere, climate of despair, the weather pattern you left behind, hanging in the air. Some days it's a drizzle, a gray and steady mist. Some days it's a hurricane that I can't quite resist. The forecast is perpetual, no front moving through, just the same sad stationary precious system of you. And making in the atmosphere, a storm that never breaks, a climate of the aftermath that my whole being takes. I've tried to change the air in here, new curtains open wide. I've let the winter in to freeze the ghosts you left inside. I've boiled cinnamon and orange, tried to sense you out, but your particular frequency is stubborn, thick with doubt. It's not a smell, it's not a sound, it's something more refined, a feeling on the skin, a static of the mind. I breathe you in with every breath, your molecules are here, suspended in the ceiling's height, dissolved in every tear. It's a naked in the atmosphere, a climate of despair, the weather pattern you left behind, hanging in the air. Some days it's a drizzle, a gray and steady mist. Some days it's a hurricane that I can't quite resist. The forecast is perpetual, no front moving through, just the same sad stationary pressure system of you. And naked in the atmosphere, a storm that never breaks, a climate of the aftermath that my whole being takes. They say time changes everything, erodes the sharpest peak, but you become the atmosphere, the air, the lonely speaking, not a memory I visit. You're the oxygen I breathe in. You can't evict the weather, you can only learn to see. Silent, patient ache of you still here. I lit the first one on the day you said you'd stay. A tiny flickering promise to ward off the gray. I lit the second when you laughed, the third when you held tight. Each flame a small petition against the coming night. The mantle filled with wax and wick, a congregation of glue. Each one a hope, a prayer, please don't let me go. Attended them religiously, trimmed wicks and pulled the wax, believing if I kept them lit, you'd never turn your back. But the last candle burned out in the silence of the hall. It smoke a final, fragile, disappearing scroll. No grand wind, no sudden gust, no dramatic fatal blow. Just a quiet, patient ending of a necessary war. I watched it gutter, watched it fade, watched the darkness take its space, and felt the final sinking truth settle on my face. The last candle burned out, and you were already gone, leaving me to memorize the scent of extinguished dawn. I don't know when the first one died, or the second, or the third. I only know the collection of what I can afford. The wax is hardened on the wood, a map of frozen tears, a topography of waiting, of accumulating years. I should scrape it off, reclaim the surface, start anew, but the residue of hoping is the only proof I knew how to love with such ferocity, such desperate open flame. And losing that religion is the scariest kind of game. But the last candle burned out in the silence of the hall. It smoke a final, fragile, disappearing scroll. No grand wind, no sudden gust, no dramatic fatal blow. Just a quiet, patient ending of a necessary war. I watched it gutter, watched it fade, watched the darkness take its space, and felt the final sinking truth settle on my face. The last candle burned out, and you were already gone, leaving me to memorize the scent of extinguished dawn. Maybe darkness is an emptiness, but a canvas vast and deep, where new lights can be planted, new promises to keep. But tonight I sit in the black, the smell of smoke my prayer, and mourn the flame I kept alive for you, for us, in there. Last candle promise of care. Last candle burned out, and the dark is I've scripted it 1,000 times, the argument, the scream, the moment where I finally shatter your collected dream. Of who I am, I've written speeches, cut and sharp and true. All the things I should have said before I lost you. I've imagined your deflection, your careful practice retreat, the way you try to make my valid points obsolete. I've rehearsed my exit strategy, the slam of the front door, the satisfaction of not being your casualty anymore. But we never had the fight, the glorious loud release, the catharsis of confession, the brutal honest peace. We just dissolve like sugar in a tepid cup of tea. No explosion, no collision, no you and no me. Just a slow and quiet fade in the dimming of the light, and I'm left here with my monologues, alone with them at night. The fight we never had is the one that haunts me most, the ghost of a battle, the unraised toast. Just dared to scream the fire we never had, my unfinished dream. I wonder if you scripted yours, your version of events where I'm the villain of the piece, the one who never tends the relationship. I wonder if you practice in the car, all the ways you tell me who I really truly are. I wonder if you grieve the words we didn't throw, if you feel the essence of the blow we never got to know. Or are you just relieved we spared ourselves the mess? I need to know your silence is its own kind of confess. But we never had the fight, the glorious loud release, the catharsis of confession, the brutal honest peace. We just dissolve like sugar in a tepid cup of tea. No explosion, no collision, no you and no me. Just a slow and quiet fade in the dimming of the light, and I'm left here with my monologues, alone with them at night. The fire we never had is the one that haunts me most, the ghost of a battle, the unraised toast to what we could have been if we just dared to scream the fire we never had, my unfinished dream. Maybe silence is its own kind of war, its own weapon, its own scar. Maybe the fights we never have are the ones that travel far, into the marrow, into the bone, into the quiet of the night. Hey, baby, what we never said is what we'll never get right. The fight we never had, the words I'll never say. the window full of gloom. Roses, lilies, orchids fighting for the small bright room. And I thought of all the bouquets you never thought to send, the apologies unflowered, the amends without an end. But just because peonies, the thinking of you daisies, the I'm sorry tulips, it could have saved our lazy love from wilting. You weren't a man of gestures, you would say. Flowers die as if that justified the lack of them, the grave. I'm still waiting for the flowers I never got from you, a garden of unwritten apologies, a botanical debut that never happened. I've imagined them in every shade, the words they'd carry, the amends they'd make, the debts they'd overpaid. A dozen long-stemmed, I was wrong, a potted, let's start over, a wildflower, I miss you, bouquet of clover, the flowers I never got have bloomed so bright in my mind, the most beautiful garden of the love we couldn't find. My friends receive flowers for birthdays, for promotions, for no reason at all. Their doorsteps or the delivery vans, their vases stood tall. And I'd smile and say how lovely, while inside a quiet thorn grew around the absence of the blooms I should have worn. I didn't need grand gestures, just a single stem would do, a tiny flag of surrender. Of my love, I still choose you, but you chose silence over petals, convenience over care, and left me in a garden that was barren and was bare. I'm still waiting for the flowers I never got from you, a garden of unwritten apologies, a botanical debut that never happened. I've imagined them in every shade, the words they'd carry, the amends they'd make, the debts they'd overpaid. A dozen long-stemmed, I was wrong, a potted, let's start over, a wildflower, I miss you, bouquet of clover, the flowers I never got have bloomed so bright in my mind, the most beautiful garden of the love we couldn't find. Now I buy my own flowers, I fill the house with color and scent. I don't wait for anyone's apology, regret, or intent. In every bloom I place in water, every petal I unfold is a promise to myself I deserve to have and hold. Beauty, I don't need to wait for someone else to give it. I am my own florist now, I am the one who lives it. Flowers I never got, but I'm learning to grow my own. Flowers I never got, but now I'm the one Who sows? I passed a florist, flowers I never got, flowers I never got, flowers I never got, but now I'm the one who sows the flowers I never got, but now flowers I never got, but now I'm the one who sows the flowers I never got, but now I'm the one who sows. I passed a forest, flowers. Flowers I never got, but now I'm the one who sows. I bought a simple silver band, not for my hand, but for a string to hang around my neck and feel the weight a promise brings. I wrote our vows on parchment in my most careful flowing script, the words I would have given you if our fragile ship hadn't tipped. Practiced in the mirror with the ring held in my palm, a performance for an empty house, a solitary song. To heaven hold I whispered to the dust motes in the light, forever and ever into the swallowing night. These are outspoken to silence, pledges to the a wedding for a ghost with an empty hotel bed. I take you to an echo, for worse but no for better, sealing a covenant with a phantom letter. I promised you my lifetime to a man who turned to gold. My I do is just an epilogue you never get to know. Vows spoken to silence, the most binding kind of lie, sworn beneath the ceiling where our future went to die. I wear the ring on Monday, take it off on Tuesday morning. A ritual of grieving for the love that was still born. Sometimes I say the words aloud when the loneliness gets sharp. tempest, a misguided, desperate heart. The paper's getting soft now from the tracing of my thumb over in sickness and in health to a beat that's become numb. I planned a whole existence on the cadence of your name. Now the melody's a requiem and I'm the one to blame. These are vows spoken to silence, ledges to the air, a wedding for a ghost with an empty altar there. I take you to an echo, for worse with no for better, sealing a covenant with a phantom letter. I promised you my lifetime to a man who turned to gold. My do was just an epilogue you'd never get to know. Vows spoken to silence, the most binding kind of light, sworn beneath the ceiling where our future went to die. Maybe love's not a ceremony, but a choice you make each dawn. And maybe my choice now is to believe that you are gone, to take this silent vow made and finally set it down, and walk away from the empty church I built in this ghost town. Vows spoken to the silence you left behind. I am mine. Vows spoken to silence. I was a flat, clear ground where you could safely touch down after your flights to other hearts, your trips around the town of possibility. I was a beacon in your dark, the steady, constant signal that you'd always have a mark to come home to. I never asked for flight plans or for logs, I just kept my lights on, waiting through the monsoons and the fogs. You'd circle back when other skies got turbulent or rough, and I'd receive you, grateful, thinking my love was enough. I was my love, your landing strip, the place you came to rest after exhausting all the other runways you'd invest in. Briefly, I was always here, the constant in your air, the ground crew that refueled you, the evidence of care. You take off again at sunrise, destination unknown, and I'd be left with jet fuel fumes and the memory of your tone. My love, your landing strip, I should've charged you rent for all the space you occupied, all the time you took and spent. I kept the runway clear for you, removed the debris of my needs, trimmed back the overgrowth that once sowed different kinds of seeds. I painted fresh the guiding lights, repaved the cracked old tarmac, also your arrival would be smooth, so you come back. But you never stayed past refueling, never toured the town, you never asked about the person who was always on the ground waiting. I was just your function, your infrastructure, your aid, not a destination, not a home, not a choice. the constant in your air, the ground crew that refooled you, the evidence of care. You take off again at sunrise, destination unknown, and I'd be left with jet fuel fumes and the memory of your tone. My love, your linen strip, I should have charged you rent for all the space you occupied, all the time you took and spent. I've closed the airport now, decommissioned the tower. I don't wait for incoming flights, don't track your coming hour. I'm building something else here on this flat and open land, something that doesn't need permission to exist or stand. My love, your landing strip, now just a memory. The last plane flew away and took the best of me, but not all of me, not all. It's the first syllable that gets me, the initial soft attack, the gentle consonant that promises there's no turning back. Then the vowel opens wide, a cavity of sound, where all my careful healing suddenly comes unbound. By the time I reach the ending, the final fading hiss, I'm already bruised and blooming in the wreckage of our kiss. It's just a name, a collection of phone names, air and tongue, but yours was always weaponized, a trigger always hung. Your name is a bruise on my mouth, a purple tender swell. Every time I speak it, I'm confessing to the spell you cast. It's a contusion on my lips, a mark of our warfare, a love that sounded beautiful but left me needing care. I try to say it casually, like it doesn't split my skin, but the wound of you is shallow, and it always lets you in. Your name is a bruise, and I'm pressing on it still. The student of the ache, a disciple of the chill. I hear it in the coffee shop, a stranger calling out, and my whole body braces for the impact of the cloud. I'll turn expecting you there with your easy, careless grace, and find a different face and a different time and place. But the damage has been done, the name has done its work. I'm 16 months removed from you and still a total jerk. Of a heart leaping at the sound, but phonetic goes to you, a proof that some syllables are impossible to undo. Your name is a bruise on my mouth, a purple tender swell. Every time I speak it, I'm confessing to the spell you cast. It's a contusion on my lips, a mark of warfare, a love that sounded beautiful but left me needing care. I try to say it casually, like it doesn't split my skin, but the wound of you is shallow, a disciple of the chill. The doctor says to let it heal. Don't poke, don't push, don't test. But how do you ignore a pain that you've come to know is blessed? How do you stop the fingering of an old familiar scar? How do you let go of the name that tells you who